So that was our entire potato harvest for the year. It was 6 pounds, and we got 2 dinners and some leftovers from that. And you know, I can't be too bummed because we grew them from potatoes that we had gotten at the store, and they started to sprout in the cupboard. You know how it goes. But I was able to chop them up and let them dry for a couple days, and I had 16 that I planted. 15 of them came up, but in the end, 15 potato plants for 6 pounds of potatoes is pretty lame. So why didn't we get a very good harvest? Well, before you go thinking, come on now. Before you go thinking that I probably just harvested them too early, you can take a look at this footage from a few weeks ago where they first blossomed their nice little white flowers. And then a few weeks after that, the plants started to turn yellow and fall over a bit. So that's when I knew it was time to dig them up. So again, why didn't we get a very good harvest? Well, it has to do with the fact that I decided to incorporate our potatoes into our square foot garden plan, mixed in with everything else that we were growing. And I should have foreseen that that wasn't going to work very well, because I already knew how to grow potatoes. You have to keep adding soil around the plant as it gets taller, and then they will continue to produce tubers off of the main stem. So in a square foot setup, you can't add very much soil before it starts spilling over into the neighboring blocks. So if you just did only potatoes in the entire bed, that would work just fine, because you could start with less soil, keep adding more as they got higher, add soil to the entire bed, and that would be all right. But since we can't really just commandeer one of these beds for nothing but potatoes, it got me thinking more about doing something separate, like a grow bag. Now, there are many different containers in which you can grow potatoes, but I like the idea of a grow bag because they're portable. They usually have handles. It's easy to just fill up more soil. You can plant about 4 or 5 in each. They're a little bit smaller. And then when it's time to harvest, you can just dump over the whole thing onto a tarp or something, and then pick out your potatoes, save that soil for planting something else in the future. And as a bonus, since you're growing in something separate, that means you don't have to go digging into the soil in your raised beds or in the ground if you're growing directly in the soil. And that's something that is definitely appealing to me, because I'm trying to work toward a no-dig garden as much as possible. I don't like having to go searching around deep into the soil trying to find all the tubers, hoping that I got all of them, because that's just destroying fungal networks, worm tunnels, and everything else that's going on in the soil. You really want to leave that alone as much as possible. So grow bags are a really great way to get away from that. And on that note, I do want to say that I am probably going to have to do some serious amending to the soil that I mixed up in these beds when I built them earlier this year, because it's just not performing well enough. It's not giving the plants everything that they need. So once I do all that, though, I shouldn't have to do anything with it again ever, other than adding things on top, compost, mulch, all that good stuff. So I'll talk more about that in an upcoming video in the next few weeks. And next year, when it comes time to plant our next potatoes, whatever those are, I will definitely be using grow bags, and I will definitely make a video about that. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful to you in some way. And please be sure to click the subscribe button below and the little bell icon for notifications of future videos. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.